dancing with the lavatory. In our flow, the two worlds meet. East and street boys bring the party. Bring the noise from Hialeah with some joy.
Drink water like that. Well, I'm telling you, bro. I'm focused, bro. I'm focused, man. Yeah, inside out.
You don't know who I am by now.
You identify as.
You know, hey. When Alex takes a shower, the dude goes for 3 hours. I mean, it's like, you know he's going to be gone for a while. You have time. Do whatever you're going to do. Go grocery shopping. Go eat dinner.
Latin spice and neon lights.
Well. Good evening, Miami. Welcome to East 10th Street Boys. I'm Bobby El Gringo. That's Alex El Nino. Goal. What is up?
Goal.
Got all that hype for the FIFA World
Oh,
Cup. We're
man.
gonna talk about that. But anyway, before we get into that, what is up? Good evening, good sir. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to East 10th Street Boys, straight out of Hialeah here on FTSN. Again, I'm Bobby El Gringo. That's Alex the boy. My brother, how are you?
Mi hermano, I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing well. Tired, super long day. Finished work like at 6. Son's practice legit just got here, but looking forward to our follow-up show here. I see that kind of went pretty cool with the graphics. Made the same, a little updates here and there. Can't go wrong with that. And there
Chris
goes our
Middleton
plane.
got taken off the
There
board.
we go.
Yeah. Middleton got taken off the
Awesome.
board. Giannis's number's different. You know, everybody bought 34. They're like, yeah. Miami like jumped the gun, and Giannis is like, no, I want that 7.
Tell me that shit. The people that just got the jersey. I know a few of our followers got the jerseys, and you're walking home. You're so excited. You're like, yeah, I got 34. It's like, oh, he's really gonna change his number? God damn it! Get back in the car. Let's go. Come on.
You know, but
Dude, come on.
at least the Heat did right. You know, at least the Heat did right by everybody. Said, let's bring the jerseys back. We'll get them changed out. And
Yeah.
so it's like, just wait it out. Let that process play out. But anyway, so much to talk about because, yes, the Giannis era has begun. You know, he will be wearing number 7, him and Bam. You know, Giannis is, you know, he has a lot to say since he's been traded. You know, the emotions of leaving Milwaukee. Will one day he'd go back to Milwaukee? Why he's with the Heat? Why he thinks Giannis is one of the better big men in the NBA? Obviously, and we heard from Bucks management as to why they made the deal with Miami. Obviously, they liked the deal better than other teams, but at the same point, they said we had to do right by Giannis, which speaks volumes for the Milwaukee team management and for any future superstars they make get, and even for Giannis, it's like, hey, they did right by me. I'm going back there. Or a future superstar, like, hey, they did right by Giannis. I'm going there. So it's all great. This is all gravy, right? The Heat got their superstar. This is not like, oh, no hate on Jimmy or none of those guys. But this is not like, oh, we traded for Jimmy. We need another guy. We got the guy. We got, like, there's few the guys in the NBA, right? Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, you know, Luka. Like, there's a few the guys in the NBA. Giannis is one of those guys where it's like, you get him, he is one of the alpha males around the league. So Heat fans should just be ecstatic that they got that guy. But as I'm trying to remember his name, whatever his name was, back from corner, we ain't finished because now we're no longer on Giannis watch. We're on LeBron watch. The king. And there is so much here and there and everywhere. We hear a lot from Rich Paul about what they want, what type of players they want. Alex, first off, let's just talk about what's been going on with Miami. Here's the update stuff with LeBron. We'll get more into it.
Yeah.
Shams, first off, saying that the Nuggets have been removed from LeBron's list of potential teams. There was 5 teams, I think. Yeah, it was Cavs, Heat, Sixers, Timberwolves, and the Warriors. But then there was another. It narrowed down even further to 3. It's Cleveland, Miami, Philadelphia. Talk about those updates up to right now.
Well, from the beginning, and I'm gonna be quite frank. When I heard that LeBron was opting out and now returning to the Lakers, in my mind, I automatically thought of 2 locations, and because this is a storybook ending for him, and we all know it's gonna be documented. They're gonna make a docuseries, or I don't know if this is just gonna be like a 1 episode. A 2-hour thing, or it's going to be a multiple episode. It should be a multiple episode by the way the setup is. He already went back to Cleveland. So it could be like the final chapter of his life and of his basketball, of his professional basketball life, because he has hopefully a whole lot more life to live. Or you return to the place where you became an established champion in Miami. That was my two logical options. Philadelphia making the move for Brown does make a compelling story in regards to the possibilities on the floor. I see some holes defensively. In Cleveland, there is no perimeter defense whatsoever. So basketball-wise, I continue to say over and over, I believe Miami's the best fit. And it's not because I'm a home. I can make an argument for the Sixers because you got Edgecombe, which is a good defender. You got Brown. His defensive metrics have dropped a little bit, but he's still a decent perimeter defender. He's a bigger body. He's a good rebounder. You got Maxey. But aside from that, you really have depth issues over there. Like you signed Simons, you drafted Phylon, but aside from that, you have minimal depth there, like at least productive depth. In Cleveland, you have the situation Harden. You got Mitchell. You got two ball-dominant guards that if LeBron is allowed to be the playmaker and Donovan and Harden can pay off the ball, that's okay. That can work because you got a front court that is decent defensively and they're a good rebounding team, and they do got depth. But it's a lot of scenarios. They're going to be back and forth, man. And you see his agent. It's kind of like one of those things like, oh, I'm not really doing anything. But today, Bob Myers was on the podcast with him and Max Kellerman. And it's a very interesting modern recruitment pitch. If you notice, LeBron has always been on the forefront. He changes the way people like LeBron. Think about this. A 42-year-old basketball player has stopped the free agents market. Now, it happens to be that 42-year-old player is LeBron James, arguably the greatest player of all time. So when he has the market on hold, everybody just waits. And all the players understand this. So I'm pretty sure he has an idea of where he wants to go. This is more of a family decision that obviously he is going to talk to his wife, his daughter. His son is already in college. Bronny's a professional basketball player. So this is his last 2 years. I don't believe he's going to play only one more year. He might sign a 2-year deal with a player option for the second year. So basketball-wise, without removing the homer hat, the perfect scenario for him, the perfect setup where he could just slide right in and be who he is at his best at his age is for the Miami Heat. Now, are we going to fault him if he picks Cleveland? No. Would I be surprised if he picks Philadelphia? Yeah, but I wouldn't be disappointed as well in regards to you have the right to choose where you want to go. Basketball-wise, I'm going to put Miami, Philadelphia, and Cleveland. And then on the personal side, you got Cleveland and Miami. What knocks down both there at the top? Miami. So I'm really inclined to he wants to play with Giannis. He's familiar with Spo. They rekindled that friendship and that brotherhood in the Olympics when Spo was his personal coach, and everybody can attest to that. So there's just too many. Very, very rare do stars align. And for Miami, we've struggled. That's why the basketball gods at times help you out, and you prepare for this. We've been a play-in team for the last 4 years. The fans have criticized. Now we seem to be in the precipice of arguably getting two generational talents in the same year and closing out a chapter. And what better way? Giannis is welcoming LeBron James. Any other superstar will be like, no, this is about me. I'm coming there. This is my homecoming. I'm going to be there now. I'm the main guy. But you got a generational star that's just acquired that is willing to play second fiddle right now because we know LeBron's going to be the story of the league. And Giannis going to come out guns blazing. So you're on mute, bro. You're on mute.
No, I know. I said it that way. I didn't interrupt your talk. I knew I was on mute, but Sammy knows what I'm doing. I'm going, Sammy! Woo! Just giving a shout out to Sammy. Sammy knows. Sammy and I will be live tomorrow for Fitz Talk Today. Looking forward to that. But back to Heat.
You're good. You're good. I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
You can unmute yourself again. Yeah, I was done.
2 hours later. Alex, tell me what you think. Well, chapter 1, what I think is...
you asked me what I thought. I told you what I thought.
Know, but God,
it's a lot of thinking, man. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Hey, I've had 4 years to think about this. And we've talked about this off the record and on the record for a very long time.
And I do want to say this because just, again, putting all the cards on the table, right? As a Heat fan, 100%. Like, I've seen some Heat fans, so fair enough. say they don't want LeBron. They're good. They don't want, because he's making about him. And now, look, oh my God, he's stalling them. They lost out on Middleton went here, and no, they're going to lose out on guys. They should just, no, stop, slow down. I understand why you might not want it, but full disclosure, I'm all about bringing LeBron James back to the Miami Heat. Any team is better with LeBron James. Now, full disclosure, biasly, yes, I want LeBron in the Miami Heat. There's only two teams that make sense for me. That is the Miami Heat, and that's Cleveland. I understand some people were saying, oh, you guys are only saying that because of nostalgic reasons. Sure. But also, these are legitimately his best chance to win. Add in nostalgia. Let's talk Cleveland for a second. What's up, Cap? Let's talk Cleveland for a second. To me, like Philadelphia makes sense, right? He should at least consider Philly. For the notion alone, they got Jaylen Brown. That's right. Now, don't you this? They got Jaylen Brown. They got Tyrese Maxey, right? You add in LeBron with Joel Embiid. Okay, that looks like a sexy starting lineup. But then Embiid gets hurt. Now LeBron becomes a kind of a main factor. Like, he can still rely on Jaylen Brown, but LeBron has to kind of mesh with Jaylen Brown. And you got this coach, and but here's that's where kind of Philadelphia kind of becomes like the far third place for me. And where I think you can't ignore them, but I don't think it would be a good move for LeBron. And I don't think LeBron thinks so. I think, he's considering, because you have to. It's Jaylen Brown. It's Joel Embiid. It's Philly. Philly's a cool team. I get it. But at the same time, go ahead.
I know, and you got to be realistic, because you just touched a point, Bobby. A lot of people don't understand this. LeBron James is 42 years old. He's still arguably one of the greatest playmakers, and he can run your team. But LeBron James should not be one of your best perimeter defenders at this age.
No.
In Miami, you have the perfect slide into that.
One situation, whether it's Embiid getting hurt or whatever happens with Jaylen, like, now LeBron's a main factor and he's not going anywhere. It's too many times. Now, Cleveland, on the other hand, I'm not even bringing up Miami. I'll get to Miami, but Cleveland, that's the team any Heat fan that wants LeBron should be very concerned about. Like, yes, that's his home team, right? Finish your career in Cleveland. But also, Cleveland is a strong team with a strong roster. You're thinking about, without LeBron James, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, who's not James Harden of the old, but still James Harden, who could turn it on. And Evan Mobley. Then you add in LeBron James. You add in that factor of Cleveland. Like, look at what they did last year. You add in LeBron James. LeBron probably says, wouldn't it be cool for LeBron in his final year or 2 years to win an NBA championship, close out his NBA career in Cleveland with a championship? I think he's strongly considering that. But the same could be said for Miami. I mean, again, you're maybe one of, if not the greatest professional basketball player of all time. LeBron, I believe Michael Jordan is number one, but there's an argument there, right? So you're going to be in that conversation no matter what happens from here on out. Even though you didn't have one team or two teams, you had 3, 4. It's like, okay, you went to Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland, and the Lakers. I think that also weighs on LeBron. I don't think LeBron wants to add a fourth team. Like, it has to be a great situation. Like, Golden State, I think, would have been that team had they got Anthony Davis, had they kept Draymond Green with Steph Curry, figured maybe Jimmy, who knows, LeBron, then, okay, LeBron would whisk it to play with Steph Curry. That's why I think, seriously, Miami and Cleveland are the front runners, and why, when you think about Miami, he's going to play with a legitimate alpha in Giannis, who, like you brought up, is not like staying quiet about the situation, who's like, and probably behind the scenes going, no, this is my team now. I already have Bam. I don't need another guy. I'm not willing to share that load or share that limelight. No, he goes, I would love to play with LeBron James. And that's why the Miami Heat are sitting down and are just waiting it out. Yeah. This is like, they're not going crazy here. And look who they're highlighting. And trust me, when they're spotlighting Pele Larson and spotlighting Jovic, they're not doing that to show the league, go, hey, here's some pieces. That's not what they're doing. They're showing LeBron going, hey, not only you're playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the best players, 2-time league MVP, NBA champion with little help. Not only are you playing with one of the greats, you're playing with Bam Adebayo, who's one of the better defensive players in the NBA, one of the best big men in the NBA, who's second in the league most times scoring in NBA history, who that alone is probably put him in the Hall of Fame. You're gonna play with those two guys, and guess what? The casuals around the league are saying, oh, Miami's not going to be any good really this year. Like, they'll be good, but they're not going to make no noise. They don't have anybody. You got to wait at least 2 years before they get signed more people. Because the NBA, and by NBA, I'm talking about the people out there, those guys, like the
national media. National media.
They need superstars. They need bigger names than Pele, Larson, and Jovic. Trust me, LeBron is not dumb looking at those guys going, I can work on those guys.
They've built, Bobby, the perfect role players. They've assembled the perfect role players. This is very similar to the build in 2020 with the Lakers. There's some variance there because obviously Anthony Davis at that time was a more offensively gifted Bam, but Bam has already made the strides where he's going to make another offensive leap, I believe, with Giannis. And you got complementary players. And actually, it's funny because Ethan Skolnick just posted a while ago. He went player by player of all the shooters in Miami that shoot 35% and above from three, because all the national media is talking about, oh, they need shooting. We have shooting on this team. And you got shooters at a high percentage with a high volume now without the gravitational pull that Giannis brings. So now you got Giannis, Bam, and LeBron. You think the help defender is going to sag off their guy to come? No, man. Like they're gonna have to double Giannis, have to double Bam and double LeBron. So look, LeBron is a cerebral player. He might be probably the basketball player with the highest IQ in regards to the game in the realm of Jordan, Jerry West, all those players. He understands the game of basketball. If he's making a basketball decision and he wants to compete and he wants the perfect setup for him, it's Miami. If he wants to go home and still compete, because like you said, they have a team, but they have solid holes defensively, because they have massive holes defensively in Cleveland. Where I'm talking about, if he goes to Cleveland has to score 130 and 140 to win because they cannot defend the basketball. That's what I'm talking about here. In Miami, he has that opportunity where even on an off night, the defense is always going to be there, no matter what. So, like, it might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 days. Is there a reason this is dragging out? Maybe. Is he actually weighing the options? I'm pretty sure he is. Do I believe he has sort of his mind made up or narrowed it down to maybe 2 teams? And it's insane that this is coming back now to the same decision that he made in 2010. I'm pretty sure that decision was heart-wrecking for him because you're going – that's like us. You just put yourself in his shoes. You have the possibility of going back home. No one's going to fault you for that, man. Like, you're going home. You have a Hall of Fame career. You have to play just for fun, like he said. Is he going to still sign a decent contract? Yeah. He might not play for the minimum, but it's not about the money. He wants the proper send-off. Now, what that does to your franchise, what that does to your spotlight, merchandising, the value of everything that drives up just by acquiring LeBron James, that's why everybody's at a standstill, man, because that's a generational player that's going to retire.
Let me ask you this very quick. Because I think the decision, I don't think he's really thinking too hard on it. I think he's down. Like, I know they say, 3 teams. You can't ignore Minnesota. Like, if I woke up tomorrow and find out he went to Cleveland, I absolutely get it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Cool. We move on. If I wake up and find out he goes to Minnesota, what? Like, what are we doing? I think LeBron, I highly doubt he goes anywhere other than Miami or Cleveland. Philadelphia is considered, but I think that's just like a lifeline, because again, if he goes, okay, cool. LeBron in Philly, that's fun. That's a market. That's cool TV. But I think it's down to Cleveland and Miami, and I think he knows where he's going. I think he already knows where he's going, and because
I would agree with you there.
I don't think he's really waiting. you know, he's done that in the past where he'll listen because who knows? Some guy may sway him. Some team may sway him. You know, remember, Rich Paul's the one talking about it. LeBron's not listening. LeBron is golfing. He's enjoying his life. He has almost as much gray in his beard as I do, and he's older than me. I mean, but I have more than him. It's ridiculous. But the motherfucker is letting the gray come out. Cool. LeBron with gray beard, I'll never feel more like home watching the Miami Heat next year. But I think he's enjoying a good life. He knows where he's going. He has an idea. It's in his head. You know, he's made amends with Pat Riley. They keep throwing it out there. They said it before. Even the honest decision was this Miami, LeBron to Miami is real. This is a real thing going on here. I think Rich Paul has talked to Miami. Yeah. But they said, let us go around the league. Let's talk to Cleveland because Cleveland is home. He's one of his friends is the general manager, assistant GM of Cleveland. Yeah. So, yeah. The general manager. So you can't ignore Cleveland. But at the same time, you know, he's probably saying, you know, best chance to win. Or and maybe the most fun he's going to have is, let me go and play with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Wade Bam Adebayo in South Beach, quote unquote, Miami. Makes the most sense. Now, I want to ask you this. I know you got a point, but I have to ask you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because there are a lot of people that say, hey, waiting for LeBron James is hurting Miami. They're missing out. Middleton got traded, right? Sign and trade. Okay, but they're missing out. Is waiting on LeBron hurting the Miami Heat?
Absolutely not. 100% unequivocally no. Miami was not going to sign Chris Middleton for higher than the minimum. Miami is probably targeting shooters that are on other teams, like people have attested to. I know the predominant name is Klay Thompson, of possibly asking for a buyout. My thing about, if you don't wait for LeBron, and notice this is very okay. The Miami Heat are a tactician organization. LeBron James is a tactician, businessman, basketball player. He knows his worth. If you notice, he carefully worded everything he said about playing for happiness, but he still wants to contend. So this is master tactician style deliberation where you're playing the field. Like you said, I believe he knows where he's going already. There's just seeing the waters to see how people react to what, if you know, it's prototypical thing. You start narrowing teams down. It started with everybody called me. All right, cool. There's maybe 12 teams that, okay. Oh, there's 5. Oh, now there's 3. Oh, no. Now we're going to hear probably 2 in the next coming days. This is the way it goes. Unfortunately, he set himself up in this aspect that if he doesn't go to Cleveland, there's going to be more people mad in Cleveland than if he doesn't go to Miami and people being mad in Miami. So it's a lose-lose in the regards for Cleveland's perspective, in my opinion, and it's a win-win for Miami. He worded everything very carefully about happiness, family, still competing for a championship. So everything LeBron James says, he went back to win at Cleveland, but he went back to win at Cleveland with the Miami Heat formula. So that's why he's always, every time he speaks, he sounds like a Miami Heat disciple. He has Spoisms, he has Rileyisms. So do I think the perfect match as a gratitude for him, I'm just thinking of him as a player, coming back to a perfect scenario to an organization that showed me how to win, showed me how to be a champion. He's always been a winner, but it showed him how to become a champion, how to conduct himself as a champion. That's why I think Miami has the edge. And of course, Antetokounmpo is a driving force. Playing with Bam is a driving force. Being coached by Spo, Riley, the organization, it's a second home. It's a second home for him. So they're controlling the narrative. Obviously, Rich Paul is doing it without saying he's doing anything, because now I'm not doing anything. LeBron doesn't. We understand what's going on. Everybody that has common sense sees it. So you're just playing it out to see the responses you get. And then when you narrow it down to the 2 teams, which I believe they will, I know Bob Myers was on the podcast today, but I genuinely believe it's going to come down to Cleveland and Miami officially. And he already has his heart set there. So I don't know what is going to tilt one way or the other. But like I mentioned, if I look for keywords, happiness and competing for championships. I understand Cleveland's a stronger team. I know Miami is just reshuffling everything and rebuilding kind of on the fly. But I believe structurally, he might have a better shot here to win even this year. Even though Miami, Brian Windhorst made a good point where he says Miami's really going to be a force to reckon with next year when we have all disposable caps helpers to help us out. We're not being repeater tax. Andrew Wiggins' contract is less. So there's, even though we got to make a decision on Pelle Larsson's extension by next year or even this year, you're going to have more possibilities to improve your team. And yet, without doing that, there's a reason we got 3 roster spots available right now. You're waiting for LeBron. You're possibly waiting for Bronny if you have to acquire him.
Who Miami? It's been leaked for that. Shams has said
Absolutely.
that Miami, or I think it was Shams, was it? Who said that Miami's willing to give him a 2-way contract?
Correct.
Which would make sense. And I'll say that again. I just want to bring this point home.
Josh always with the inside source. You see, man.
Josh Wingate, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
always.
Josh, wait, Josh, stay right there.
Don't go, Josh.
Josh, stay. Wait, don't go. Look.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh.
Wait, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Ooh. Talking about girth. Talking about girth.
That girth.
Girth right down the middle. Yes, sir.
They came out.
Development.
That's the thing. Well, here's the thing too, right? So my point is it hurting Miami to wait on LeBron? No, it's not. Just like it will not hurt Miami next year when some guys fall off the books and we're like, man, we don't want to lose one guy, or man, we could get, because there's going to be a player who becomes available next year. If we don't get LeBron, there will be some named player, maybe older, whatever, who's available, who's going to go, I finished my year in Miami. I'm going to finish my career, or I'll play a year in Miami with Giannis. Giannis is going to be that extra attraction now for these stars. The only way LeBron's looking at Miami, if not maybe the main reason now LeBron is seriously considering, if not already has decided on the Heat, is Giannis. It's a big factor. Everybody loves Bam. Everybody would love a chance to play with a player like Bam. But if it was just Bam, Wiggins, and some rando and at power forward or whatever, LeBron's not coming here. I'll just say the Heat team prior, he's not coming here. But now that you've added Giannis and Bam, that's why it doesn't hurt to wait. Because if you get LeBron, imagine this team with LeBron James. LeBron James at point guard, Davion Mitchell coming off the bench, Hardaway, Wiggins, Antetokounmpo, Bam. Like, damn. And that's not even the finish of it, right? Bradley Beal's still out there. Now, Miami has not really pursued Bradley Beal yet, even though it's obvious connection there, because they're waiting on LeBron. They know what's out there. Klay Thompson, we've talked about it. Chris Rodriguez bringing it up for sure. A name that some people are forgetting, who's still available, unless I totally missed out, who has connection with Miami, LeBron, and Cleveland. Kevin Love. That's a guy who you could see come back on a very minimum deal in that backup center role, right? Look at this. Gabe Vincent, Bam Adebayo. Obviously, Gabe played with Miami. We know how he is. I mean, Gabe would be a natural fit. DeMar DeRozan is there. That's a guy where, I could see him going back to Toronto, especially with Kawhi Leonard. But don't sleep on that. But Bradley Beal is obviously, I think, that very cheap. Like
Bradley Beal is like a third. Yeah.
That's like
Those are all fallback options.
That's why, again, like, I'm not concerned waiting on LeBron James. I think once LeBron domino falls, wherever that may be, if he goes to the Heat, buckle up. Like, buckle up, because you're going to see the names that you didn't think would go to Miami are going to sign with Miami. And we're going to be like, God, Alex, we talked about this for years, and this guy's actually here now. Because there's a lot of these guys that we discussed that are available currently.
And we only got 2 spots right now. So, 3 spots. Now. So you got LeBron. You're going to get 2 spots guaranteed. You're going to get a shooter. This team is almost complete, realistically. So you're just waiting for that domino. You're waiting for that one domino, and then look, Miami. They already have their backup A, B, a C option. Everybody's ready to go. At this point, every free agent has talked to every team. Contract structures are lined up. So you just know if LeBron makes a decision, you're going to go either one way. You're either going to go with LeBron or without LeBron. So you have your contingency plan already, and you just put into effect. That's why when one of these dominoes falls, you see a bunch of moves, because every team is structurally just waiting for LeBron. And once that, we had 2 dominoes effect, Giannis and LeBron today, this year. So, and it's it's cool that it's both, man. Like, it's, to me, Bobby, what we always talked about, just because we're Heat fans, and every Heat fans can attest to this, it's insane how you can go from being relevant to non-relevant by just one move. And it's insane how now you go back into the limelight once again by a series of moves where you become relevant nationally. And then what comes out is the ignorance of the national media because they haven't been watching Heat basketball for the last 4 to 5 years, only in the playoff time. So now minimum moves that people just see, it's like, this is how you build a team. Remember, you're not building, you're trying to build a competitive roster 1 year in. It takes 2 to 3 years to build a championship roster complete. And you got depleted of your youth. Okay, perfect. You got Pele, you got Jovic, you got Ryan Conwell, which is going to be a staple in this organization for a while. Like, people don't understand this, man. And you just signed Tim Hardaway Jr. You re-signed Wiggins at a friendly deal. These are moves. You acquire Bobby Portis with Giannis. That might be one of the most important acquisitions this year, right there, because that's your backup five right now off the bat with Jovic. So you got your rotation set, man, even without LeBron. But you get LeBron, that's a plus, man.
Hey, Wade still has a cap. He still has a cap hold.
Yeah, we still have his cap rights. Yeah.
Bro, I won't fight.
Lakers renounced to every cap. You saw that tweet?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they renounced to everything, bro. They're like, fuck this guy, fuck this guy.
But that's, you see, here's the thing. I mean, that's let me make sure.
Man, wouldn't it be epic if LeBron announces a decision right now while we're live?
I know, trust me.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for that, bro.
But like Jake Fisher, he was saying that LeBron has been interested with playing with Giannis for some time. With Cleveland and reunion Miami, especially after the Heat figured out a way to get Giannis to South Beach. Those two teams have always seemed like the two leaders in the clubhouse because of the storybook opportunity. Miami, of course, he won 2 championships. The history, but that organization is there. I do believe that the opportunity of playing with Giannis, he's going to look. Yeah, I get it. And Chris brings up a point too. Don't forget, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. The best opportunity to get 3 and 4, especially in Miami, because you did already 2. Obviously now more than ever, Giannis, Bam, and of course they're looking around the league and the possibilities of other players that could potentially come. Of course, somebody close to LeBron like Kevin Love makes a lot of sense, especially with the center position being so thin as it is. But I will say, if you're Alex, very quick, LeBron waiting on LeBron doesn't hurt Miami. Talk about the summer league. Talk about our rookie Conwell, man. Like, number 4, no longer number 7. If you bought a Conwell jersey, don't worry. Well, I mean, worry. You get a permanent marker, right? 4, because it's number 4 now. 7 belongs to Giannis. But anyway, how about and Trey from the University of Miami, dude? I mean, he got some studs. Unmute your mic and tell us what you think about what the summer league's shown so far.
Well, man, the summer league shows you once again what they find, and there's some other players as well. Obviously, you saw Myron Gardner get hurt. Myron Gardner could be a rotational player for the Heat. You saw him late last year. You saw that. The fact that they continue to find, and they're going to continue to find, over and over specialists. But now, what if you see what they have, Bobby? There's even Trey White. That was a name that stuck out. Halley's another one that sticks out a little bit. They have Hall, Keels. These are Jameer Young. Like, these are all pieces. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be left out of the Miami Heat roster that are going to find two-way deals in other teams. And it's unfortunately is what it comes down to. Now, what I think Trey Donaldson is set. I got to give Vlad Golden has improved a lot. His mobility is much better. Footwork, amazing. Obviously, he's still limited in certain areas, but you see the progression there, and he's guaranteed a two-way as well. So you got Trey Donaldson, you got Conwell, obviously leading the pack. What I like about Conwell, Bobby, and a lot of people don't see this, his playmaking ability, his quick release, his shot form. He's a willing defender too. He's a willing perimeter defender, man. And when you see him play, he has mixtures of like Jalen Brunson, Drew Holiday. I'm like, okay, I know he's a rookie. I'm not saying he's Jalen Brunson, but you see the physical comparisons, his shot form, his shot creation, the way he creates space off one dribble, the penetration, the dribble penetration. Like, he is a legit athlete.
Penetration. Sorry.
Girth.
Penetration.
I mean, you just see it, bro. And I'm saying the other kid, I know Donaldson's there. The one I keep my eye on a lot is Hall. I really like Hall. There's just so many things that even us, bro. Keshad Johnson Johnson might not even be on the roster. That's insane. How there's a year changes everything, man. Yeah, Myron Gardner is a rotational. he's going to get spot minutes. If he doesn't crack the rotation, I think Ryan Conwell could play from the start. But I know Miami likes to give him some G League stints, and they're going to go with the veterans before he crack the rotations. But when you become a player that is just, you cannot not play me. Like, you have to play me. And Eric Spoelstra's not afraid to put him in the rotation. And he was a 3-year starter, a 4-year starter in college. So I have no problem whatsoever. A lot of people are like, oh, no, Ryan Conwell will be a rotational player sometime this year. It might be in the beginning. It might be situational. Remember, this is a long run. You want the younger guys to play. So when you go deep into the playoffs, they're serviceable. You can trust them. And if you got LeBron, there's going to be a maintenance plan there. LeBron James is not going to be playing 45 minutes a night. You're talking about 32, 35 minutes at most on given nights. So there's a lot of optimism even with the youth. And once again, Miami has 3 out of the 4 first-round picks for the next 4 years. So this could continue. The build could continue, man. You're getting Giannis in his prime. If you can get Giannis to age 37, 38, as he's going to age, and you have the right core around him, this could continue down the road, man.
And I want to say something too, just very quick, because we hear a lot from the ES Brian Windhurst and whatever, and Nick White. I've seen that. I don't watch
Nick
him.
Nick Wright.
Yeah, I don't watch him, but I've seen some like Nick Wright, whatever. Don't watch him anyway. But I saw some company like, again, Miami, they're going to be better next year. They're a year away. They're going to get all this money free. Sure. I think though, with LeBron willing to go on a very cheap deal, it really strongly links him to Miami for that reason. Where if you add LeBron James, it kind of shortcuts Miami, pushes them over the hump. Like, Miami's already contenders. We know that. That's the thing, right? Like, when people go like, oh, I don't want to wait on LeBron, we're losing opportunities to get good. Like, we're already there. Adding Antetokounmpo already puts us as contenders. Adding LeBron James to this roster as is puts you in that Eastern, like the finals, representing the
championship contender.
Like, that's championship contender, not playoff contender, not Eastern Conference championship. So it shortcuts your team, because if LeBron comes this year and if for whatever reason decides he opts out, goes to Cleveland, or retires at the end of the season, you're like, oh, now we got to replace. No, guess what? Andrew Wiggins' contract drops. The money starts to free up. Now, what we got a shortcut, right? We had a great year because we had LeBron and Giannis. Well, oh my God, maybe he won the championship. Maybe LeBron comes back, but he opts out, re-signs after you get the roster rebuilt. Now look at your roster. Like, there's so many opportunities. And like what this here is, I hope I'm it's Eddie Munn. It's like, it feels so good. It does. It feels so freaking good. That, like, this is what I'm saying. First off, even if you're a Miami sports fan, like South Florida sports fans, buckle up. I mean, my goodness, the Panthers making the big trade for Brady Tkachuk, what they're doing, I don't think they're done. What the Miami Heat have done. I like the Dolphins are finally starting from the bottom, and we'll see where they go from there. The Florida Marlins, the hottest freaking baseball team in the world right now. I mean, it is fun, dude. And yes, shout out. We are. Wait, I'm going to wait until we get to the number, Alex.
Just do it. Just do it. Yes, I see.
Wait until it gets to the number.
I'm not saying anything. Can you imagine it just skips over? Or you start losing listeners? Guys, please, one more person click it. Just goddamn it.
Wait,
just
I was
one.
about to say.
Just one.
Over 300 people watching live right now right now. Appreciate you all tuning in. Over 140 on the YouTube. Hundreds of people on X. We appreciate you. Listen, sports fans, absolutely. I see it here. Do not forget. We see Fitz TV in the chat. Appreciate you. Hey, we go home. Yeah, that's all right. Appreciate you watching, brother. Thank you. We got a Cleveland guy.
Thanks,
now.
buddy. We are home. We are home.
LeBron. But tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, the flagship for FTSN, Fitz Talk Today, the one that started it all with me and Finn Sammy. Make sure you tune in for that. But we appreciate everybody watching and the comments as Rainy Day Pod, Adrian, the Rainy Day Podcast, guys. Shout out to Adrian. Go check him out. Go subscribe to his channel. Go subscribe to Finn's TV if you're a Dolphins fan. I think, go check him out. You'll love him, guys. Let's go. Meant Brian. I'm teasing you. It's all good. My music never sleeps. Appreciate you, brother. We know what you meant. It's all good, my man.
And this is true
Ethan,
right here.
We're convinced we're getting Klay Thompson. We signed Harry Wiggs and Mitchell Shoot. Yes, we talked about it on this show that Klay Thompson, again, that's the Giannis factor. And then you added LeBron James. It's just.
I'm gonna blast my man Jordan. Jordan, you weren't listening before. Maybe you're just tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. But we made a point. We made a point.
305. 305.
I just got to do it. We do have shooting. Even without the Thompson right now, we do got shooting. Bobby Porter shot 46% from 3.
Oh.
Andrew Wiggins shot 41% from 3.
Oh.
Davion Mitchell, 38 or 39% from 3. And these weren't as open looks as you're going to have now. Okay? Giannis Antetokounmpo, his team. Do you know any player from the Milwaukee Bucks from last year? Does anybody know any player? No. Okay. His team was the number 1 3-point shooting percentage team in the NBA while Giannis was playing. A bunch of nobodies that we know. But the nobodies, Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., which is a good shooter, also free agent. Also keep an eye on him. You had Ryan Rollins, Kyle Kuzma. So imagine what you could do with Bam, LeBron, and Giannis. The way that gravitational pull works, that open shooter is now a wide open shooter because that extra step, that's another second. And a professional basketball player needs less than a second to get a shot off. 0.3 seconds. That's it. So it's one of those things, man, that if it all comes together, and remember, Skolnick is connected, Le Batard is connected, they're not going to burn their bridges. They're not going to say everything. They've already hinted at Thompson. Why? Because Thompson's under contract. But if he wants to ask for a buyout and give up some money, he might make some money in return, depending on what LeBron did. Remember, this is all a synchronized move.
Hey, Jordan, I'm sorry Alex is being a dick, dude. I'm sorry he came at you like that. We
Jordan.
appreciate you, first of all.
I got you, Jordan.
You know,
good cop, bad
I won't
cop.
say he's not wrong, you know,
I
with
see
the
it.
shooting, but
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, but it's still kind of pricky. No. First off, shout out to everybody in the comments, dude. Whether you agree, disagree, if you're not even a Miami Heat fan and you're watching and
we're at 305. We're at 305.
Yeah. We're at 305. Yeah, now 309. No, look, hey, shout out to everybody watching 305. Let's get to 525. But shout out to everybody tuning in. We appreciate you. Yo, Hardwin. Power Rally will try to get Junior. Yeah, 50, 40, 90. Yeah, I saw that. That's the goals he gave him. 50, 40, 90. I want to put another aspect to this. Just add another little sprinkles on top. But I think because you talked about it, right? What are some of the reasons LeBron has said? Happiness, championships,
competing, correct?
Competing, right? We know he could compete in Cleveland. We know he could compete in Miami. Correct. We know that, he knows who he said it before. Coach Spo, one of the greatest coaches in the NBA, maybe the best coach in the NBA. He has said that statement. He knows what Pat Riley is. He said, I grew up in Miami. He always say, I grew up in Miami. All the great stuff. It's a lot, we all keep looking at LeBron. But what's just as important is his family. What does his family think, right? And you go, okay, well, Cleveland, right? But Savannah James, she was talking about the Miami in general. She said, I appreciate Miami for what it had to offer me during that time, going from a young woman to a woman in Miami. I got married there. I got proposed there. It is just a special place for me. She also said that, talked about the story of LeBron James proposing to her in Miami. So that is a special place for them. They love Miami. I wouldn't put it past if she says, I would love to go back to Miami. Let's spend a couple years there. Let's go. Let's finish your career there, and then we'll go back to Cleveland. Cavs fan here in Palm Beach. Appreciate you all's opinions, though. I'm too scared to get whooped by Miami, and I never watch Bron again.
Hey, you can be vulnerable here on air. We appreciate that.
Brother. Hey, first, we appreciate you watching, Cavs fan in Palm Beach. That's pretty cool, man. Appreciate you doing that. But love to get your perspective. Again, I will say, biasly, like I'm sure I would love to see LeBron back in Miami. And I would make an argument why it should be Miami. But also, I could make an argument why it should be Cleveland. I don't think it should be Philly or Minnesota or Boston. He said Boston's racist. This whole notion about going to – now you're finding out that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown weren't getting along. I didn't need to find that out. I knew it. I'm not shocked by that news. Yeah, she said she didn't want to leave here either. That's right. Hank the Tank 316. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. I gave him the first time he left. Let's see. Yeah, she'd love to hear for sure. But but shout out to everybody tuning in and put in the comments there. If you're new to the channel, FTSN, hit that subscription button, like and share the video. Talk everything here on FTSN, but also East 10th Street Boys. You know, we don't just talk Heat, even though we are talking Heat a lot, and it's great. We love talking Miami basketball, but we talk Dolphins, we talk Marlins, we talk life growing up in Hialeah. We talk about, you know, just all wrestling in the backyard, destroying property and causing trouble and
destroying property.
Don't get me, I'm an actor, you know, and all great stories. You know, we do it all. So just make sure you subscribe.
Way to go. Way to go for that one.
Get LeBron a tall glass of leche to go with his cookies. And he said, there you go. If he comes back to Miami, we're going to give him a special East 10th Street Boys leche with the banana powder and some cookies. Damn. That's it. Coming home to finish what he started. First and last rings, 305. There you go, Eddie.
That's the perfect closure right there to me. That's what we were talking about before. Eddie hit on the spot. What a way to win your last ring where you won your first ring. That's a full circle moment, man.
It is. It is. And again, if Miami comes out with and LeBron comes in and Miami locks it in, and I mean it's ridiculous. And LeBron's like, I never felt so good on, you know, whatever. LeBron does a second year. Who says he doesn't get a second? You know, let me see. Shout out from Brazil, Sebastian. Hey man, appreciate you tuning in all the way from Brazil, dude. Appreciate you, my man.
What's up, my man?
Hank, I'm Miami. I live close to Miramar. There you go. Appreciate you joining us, Hank. Chris, the Flash. I'm taking my talents in retirement to tours. There you go.
That's enough funny. Everybody taking the time to South Beach. It's like, guys, they don't play in South Beach, man. It's downtown Miami. Why couldn't I'm taking my time? Like, it's not sexy, right? I'm taking my time out of downtown.
I'm going to downtown Miami.
No.
It sounds better. Like,
going
we
to South Beach.
Just say South Beach. You know, it's South like Beach. It's all right. You don't know. It's all right. South Beach, all right. You know, but anyway, it's exciting, dude. I know a lot of people are like, there's some people who don't want to see LeBron for whatever reason. You know, they don't want to see LeBron in Miami. They don't want to make it about him. Okay. I'm all for it. And again, I don't think Miami is wasting any time waiting on LeBron. I don't know why. I saw something. I was trying to look that up. I saw July 16th somewhere with LeBron. I forgot where he's going to be, what he's going to be doing on July 16th. But I have a suspicion that might be the time frame. Did you see Richard Jefferson, what he said about it?
Yeah.
He's so full of shit.
I love Jefferson.
He's hilarious. He's so serious. You know what he reminds me of? And nobody's going to know this. Terrence, my goat, says Wolves.
You've made a point. We got it, Terrence.
Keep going, Terrence. We got it, bro.
We got it, buddy.
Wolves. Yeah. Copy paste. Ain't nobody going to Minnesota unless they get drafted. Ain't nobody going there.
Only LaMelo. Oh, that's another thing. That trade's not even complete. That's going to be like a 5-player trade. You saw a 5-team trade. You saw that?
Yeah, that was a crazy trade, dude. That's a sick trade. But what was I saying? You know who Richard Jefferson reminded me of?
Who?
Harrison.
Oh yeah.
But he's not he told me, but I can't share it. I already know the whole time. I know where he's going. I was like, oh, shut the fuck up, dude. You don't know what the hell's going on.
For our listeners that don't know Harrison, that's Bobby's little
brother. My baby brother. Yeah. Hopefully he's feeling better. He was not feeling too good, but hopefully he's feeling better. Talked to him yesterday. Looked like shit, but he always does. You know, no.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Nick is in Arizona. Nick's dropping some elbows. Wanted to be a wrestler. Talked to me yesterday. You know, he's like, yeah.
You got him have on your wrestling podcast.
He did. He did one.
He did
the Nitro. Nitro Rewind. Yeah, we're gonna be on Friday night. LeBron waiting for Clay signing to bring his talents back to South Beach. I think he's just wait. I think he knows what he wants to do. I mean, I think he could make the decision. I know people are like, oh, he's being selfish. He already knows. And I think teams are aware. I think the Heat know it's down to them in Cleveland. And I think they're ready. Once that decision is made, whether it is in Miami or whether it's Cleveland, once that decision is made, you're going to see signings come off the board. You're going to see Miami make the counterpoints.
Once you started seeing some today, Bobby, actually. Once you start seeing league executives believe Miami this, or league's executive believe the best place for LeBron is Miami, that's kind of like they're waiting for everybody to kind of align where he should go and then make the decision. So it's kind of like a soft landing, opposite to Cleveland maybe. And that's the way to protect it. I mean, at this point, he really doesn't care. But that's the way to protect yourself. If you're not picking Cleveland, you got to justify it as a great basketball place where it's like I couldn't say no to it. It's a place that I won. You know, I already came back to Cleveland. I delivered a championship. I owe nothing to you. So it's kind of like it's the writing's on the wall there. So now I would say the longer it drags out, I think it's worse for Cleveland, because if it was just coming home, you do it right away. But the fact that Donovan Mitchell extended, didn't wait to take that extra money as well, and Harden hasn't re-signed, obviously they're waiting there because they feel that they're still in it. So,
again, and unless he tells you something, you don't,
mm-hmm.
But hopefully, even if he doesn't go to Cleveland, I hope he does right and just lets them know, because you don't want them sitting.
Let them know. They're gonna know. They're gonna know.
I know Sham says, "Oh, it's gonna be a while." Other guys say, you hear other people saying, "No, he already, decision is made, or it should be shortly." So LeBron knows. Shams, raw respect to Shams, who's great at what he does. He doesn't know really. So he's getting it secondhand.
The craziest theory, Bobby, I don't know if you heard that shit. Oh, he might wait. Brian Windhorst actually said it. Oh, he might wait for mid-season. It's like, there is no way LeBron James is gonna, especially if you're going to another team. Training camp is too important just for you to slide into the middle of the season. I'm like, when he said that, I'm like, bro, come on, man. This isn't football where you're gonna wait until first week of the season and then sign your contract and then come out of retirement, so you don't have to go through the spring drills and all that shit. It's like, no, man, that's not gonna happen.
Now, what he's saying here too, with in regards to Cleveland's sitting around. That I agree. Cleveland. And I think Cleveland's the same way, where it's like, hey, once they get LeBron's answer, they're going to make some other moves. Obviously, they got to extend or re-sign James Harden. They extended Donovan. But I think they have moves in place. But because again, they're coming back with the same team, so they got to get players that could be different, and better. Where Miami, they're okay waiting because again, they got Giannis already. They got their guy. This is just extra icing on the cake. So
and Cleveland is doing due diligence though. They're still doing their due diligence. There's still the talks about Kuminga signing trade. So it's just waiting. Yeah. You got to wait for it.
That too.
Because Cleveland's in a very tough situation cap-wise. So they got to structure everything. Like, if Harden re-signs right now, that's it. They can't make any other moves. That's why you see Harden hasn't signed anything. The contract concept, the money, the structure is already set, but they haven't signed it. So Harden already talked to management. They got that sorted out. It's just you got to wait for the other dominoes, because you have to do certain things in a certain order to fulfill that cap obligation and not go over into those aprons and all that too.
Let me make sure I'm not missing out on anything here.
Full circle moment. You got to give it to. Out of all the years, Jimmy is probably looking back right now and he's like, God damn. Now, wouldn't that be funny if Jimmy gets bought out and then next year he comes back like on a minimum deal? I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's still too raw. Like the way that ended, that left a sour taste on everybody in Miami, and he was very difficult to deal with here. He's a good person,
which sucks. Sucks because in reality, if it would have been an amicable divorce, right, where we thought, I told you, remember I said by the trade deadline, if you hadn't got to trade him, you're like, no, let's wait, because we all figured though, legit, he would not give you any problems
at all.
But I think if he would have just, if he would have talked, look, let's go ahead and move on. He gets traded, and then because he is, by everything he's done, and I'm not talking to him for Miami, for the performances he had in the bubble, what he did in the playoff Jimmy. I mean, that alone, without winning a chip, like that's legendary. Like he's one of the best Heat players of all time, and like I'm not gonna hate Jimmy Butler for that. Like I agree.
Yeah.
Like, when somebody say, "Oh, bring him back. This is the team he deserves." Oh, shut the fuck up. Like he made his bed. He made his bed.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing all that. I'm not feeling bad for Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? Like we could have let him go and whatever, divorce, go play with Golden State, see what you can do. And then we build this team and here comes Jimmy back. It could have happened. But Jimmy wanted to be a bitch artist about it, not talking to nobody, playing terrible. Now you have this thing with, I don't know if it's him, but his friend with the gambling shit and everything else. You don't know what's happening. But like when people go, he deserved this team. No, he didn't, because he quit on this team. Whether he was going to get extended or not, he could have told Miami, look, if you're not going to extend me, I'd rather you trade me. I'm here until you don't need me anymore. It would have worked out. He didn't. He was stupid. He played stupid. He did it wrong. He shut down his teammates. He shut down his team. He talked crap, and it got divorced. Now, would it be great if next year somehow he made up with Miami, which Miami has done in the past? wouldn't it be great? Like, if realistically, like he goes, you know what? I was wrong or whatever. Maybe they work it out, like kind of like LeBron and Pat. He goes, I would love to come back and play with this group. Awesome. But I'm not interested to hear anything about, I feel bad for Jimmy. Fuck out of here with all that.
And realistically, Bobby, I know he wanted his extension, and that's fine. We could have had the same team where Jimmy was in the Andrew Wiggins role.
What's that hot take, brother? Let us know. Sorry, Alex. Go ahead. You keep saying I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Sure
no, it's fine. It's fine. If cards would have played right, you still could have extended him at a proper price, and he would be basically what Andrew Wiggins is now. I will still take Andrew Wiggins now, younger, healthier, better shooter. But can you imagine that part of Jimmy, Giannis? But also is a difficult personality to play with. Andrew's the perfect personality to play with, complementary to stars, and he's playing the same role that he did in Golden State when they won multiple championships with him. So it's one of those scenarios that it happens for a reason. And now you're in the end of your career. You get hurt, ironically, against Miami. He tore his ACL against Miami, which is like, if you don't believe in karma in certain things, bro, like I don't wish bad on anybody. I don't have any ill will towards anybody. But it's funny how sometimes how basketball gods and God itself works in regards to karma with certain people, where now you become in rumor mill, where you might be a piece just to acquire another player and you're a buyout candidate. I'm like, and then you hear him, I want to retire in Golden State. This is a great organization. He says that about Miami when he got here too. This is the last jersey I'm going to wear. So it's unfortunate that at times people's career, and this is something that is very cool about LeBron, at times the ending of your career is out of your hands. In this case, it's completely in LeBron's hands. He's going to be able to dictate where he ends his career. Not all players can say that. Even generational stars at times can't say that.
Yeah. I'll just say this. Let's do this very quick because we'll wait this out. And, with LeBron, I don't know if S-Maniac posted his hot take or not, but J Miami Sports says, I find it suspicious that he hasn't come down to Miami yet. He was in Cleveland, now hanging out with Draymond Green, but hasn't come down to the 305. Could it be a good thing or a bad thing? Not sure, but I know LeBron knows what he's doing. He's the ultimate troll. I mean, it would suck if he's teasing so much those guys, right? Especially in Cleveland. And then he goes and turns it around. I got a Hummer from LeBron's mom, but so did half of Akron. There you go, Raul.
Whoa.
That ain't bad.
What's up?
Yeah.
Just be specific about the Hummer there.
I'm hoping it's a car. I mean, unless I'm saying
it's not the car.
I don't know any of these things. Yeah. I can say the wrong thing. That's how Leche came in, and
there was Leche involved in girth as well.
Oh man, Jamila, go sport.
There's my wife. Thank you, honey. Thank you. She even put an 8-ball. She even put an 8-ball. She couldn't even put a football. Oh my God, is that a softball?
I don't know what
baseball. That's a baseball.
Was he in Miami? I don't know.
There was rumors that he's in Puerto Rico on vacation now.
Someone bring back Wade for Heat. Yes. AJ, yes. Bring him back. Bring him back. You're right. I'm down with that. I wouldn't be if they said right now Wade's coming back. They made it very clear that LeBron James wants to do a documentary. The only thing that's tarnishing that documentary right now is the way LeBron left Miami.
Okay. Time has cured that, and people understood why he left, and you can see Pat has amended his relationship with him, the organization.
But that would be a cool chapter, right? He made his chapter back home.
Talking about it.
He left Cleveland, went back home to Cleveland, won the championship. Wow. But then, he had sour grapes with Miami, had a falling out with Pat Riley, all this one. Now imagine the comeback.
That's really cool.
To Miami and doing it again. Interesting. There you go. Sammy said, I had lunch with him today. Can confirm it. That's right. There you go. Yeah, he wants to be like Cody Rhodes and finish the story, right? Chris, why I feel like he's going around letting them know and saying his thank yous. Interesting. Chris, that could be true, right? I mean, LeBron could be doing that, saying, hey, just letting you know, I'm not coming here, because it is right. If you're still sitting around, if LeBron is not stupid, he knows what he is around the league.
Of course.
He knows everybody's watching every little freaking move. So if he's in Cleveland hanging out with the general manager as his friend and he's doing all this stuff, he knows what people are assuming. Like, hey, LeBron's going back to Cleveland. He's talking. LeBron knows, and if he's not doing anything in Miami, so maybe Chris is on a roll where he says, like, maybe LeBron's just, saying it's his friend, but he's like, hey, just going to let you know, I haven't made my decision yet publicly, but I'm going back to Miami. I'm going to return. I'm going to Miami, whatever. And I'm telling you, though, when that day comes, if it does come, I'm going to be ecstatic. If he goes to Cleveland, I'm fine. Legitimately, I'm okay. I'm so freaking excited for this season with the Heat. But if he comes to Miami, watch out. Sharon Reed spotted in East Cleveland house hunting. Who's Sharon Reed? Who's that? Am I seeing? Is that another one I'm missing out? I don't know. I don't know. Do I hear a comeback season? Maybe. Dwayne Wade. Multiple reports said that he was golfing in South Florida today. There you go, Sebastian. Appreciate you.
They I don't know if you saw the picture, Bobby, that he posted or the video, and there was a palm tree. So obviously every tree expert now is going through like palm tree.
There's no palm trees in Cleveland.
Yeah. It's like whoa. There's a golf. I'm serious. That's what they did.
Sharon Reed, LeBron's baby? No, that's not LeBron's baby mom.
Sharon Reed. Is that Savannah? Savannah, yeah.
Who the hell Savannah?
Savannah.
Y'all getting the names wrong.
That's a very what is it? Aristocratic. Oh damn, I forgot the word now. Damn it. Very high end Savannah.
Anyway, what I'm gonna say is this, and we'll jump to a couple more things and we'll have some fun here. But I just want to say, Heat fans, again, I appreciate everybody watching and commenting and everything. We got you covered here on FTSN. We got you covered here on these 10th Street Boys. Alex and I will go live if anything breaks, and if we're on, but definitely East Central Boys Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Check it out. Also though, everything else we got here on FTSN. I mean, Dolphins, Heat, Marlins, Panthers, wrestling. We got it all. Fantasy sports. We got everything. Baseball. So make sure you subscribe. And we're gonna, keep putting what you think in the comments. We'll react as we go. If you got any questions, anything you want to bring up, go ahead. But we talk about other stuff too on this. So as before, we're at the hour. So let's have some fun.
First time. Let's get our joy back.
Let's get our joy back. Yes, I love that point. Joy back. The report on league alerts has his flight trapped. You see, I'm telling you, Sebastian. Maybe Sebastian will let us know. That's the man. I called it when LeBron brought his talent to South Beach and nobody believed me. And now I'm calling it he will return to finish the story. There you go. Yes, tomorrow, the flagship show. Vince Talk today. If you want to talk Heat, you come to East Century Boys. You talk everything Miami here inside. But if you want to talk Dolphins,
Heat and girth.
Girthy. I like my linemen like I like my banana milkshakes. Girthy.
Oof.
There it is.
Mm.
Soon be on sale.
Yeah.
Check out FTSN. Let's shop. But I don't know. Everybody here, does anybody watch TV? I mean, I know Alex is busy off the crazy, but television shows like like there's The Bear. My wife loves The Bear. I can't stand that show. It's boring. It's in the comedy category, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Who categorizes these things first and foremost?
How is The Bear a comedy? Like, what are we doing here? But anyway, I digress. So the nominations came out, and hopefully these are accurate here. I think they are, but we'll see. I'm about to get
of the information.
Hold on.
See, I hate when he mutes his mic. As a fellow listener, you just want to listen to what they're talking about. This would be funny because it's probably non-sequential, but whatever. Let's see. Updates. Oh, my God.
Give me a second here. I'll jump. I'm going to hop for a second, just see something very quick.
I got you.
Yeah, stay in touch with the Heat stuff, maybe. Or talk whatever the hell you want. I don't know. Talk shit. I don't know. We'll be right back.
I got you, buddy. All right. Miami and listeners, listen up. Yes, my wife here said I do watch TV. I just don't hide behind the rock, but obviously limited time. I'm more into now series or documentaries. As I've gotten older, I kind of stood away from just like regular shows for some reason. So yes, my wife brings up The Memory of a Killer. Amazing show. Whoever hasn't seen it, please take a look. And actually, for some reason, I tend to do this. I'm like years behind. I was actually able to sit down. No, not even finish it, actually. I started the first episode of The Landman, and I've been seeing the snippets over and over and over. And I think Billy Bob Thornton is one of the best actors out there. So I actually was able to sit down and started halfway, and we had to do something. We were busy, and it catches my attention. And I don't know if it's just me, but as you get older, sometimes your taste changes in shows. And if I'm going to commit my time to something, it has to be something that I'm going to enjoy. And I don't know for everybody out there. For some reason, women, mostly, I'm going to talk about my wife here. Take this opportunity. I know she's going to love this. Kenny Omega won new championship, Bobby. Oh, AEW championship. I'll keep Bobby posted. I'll repost this as soon as he comes back. He's handling some personal situation right now, so I'll be entertaining you guys for the moment. As I was saying, there's some things about wives, especially. Why do they always watch like these serial killer shows and like psychological dramas right before going to bed? I think there's a time and place to watch certain things. Like, from a sports fan, I have a lot of issues watching games because I watch games differently from like a coaching perspective. So if something happens that's going to keep me awake for 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, it's like, how do these women just watch these shows that killing your husband? Let me see this one. Breaking news. Terry Rozier wants to return to NBA. Another news. I love to hit the lottery. Yeah. Foregone conclusions, never going to happen. So it's just one of those things, man, that, oh, Bobby, thank you for coming back. I saw. So we'll keep it quick. I was just talking about how wives take these shows, man, and they watch like killer thrillers and like psychological dramas right before going to bed. It's like, and then they can't go to sleep. And it's like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
How are you surprised by this? How are you
surprised?
Yeah. Trust me, Patty's the same way, bro. It's always this. It's instructional. I know. I am aware.
There you go. Here we go.
I ain't foolish to that. But anyway, you know,
yeah, man. Everybody watches it.
But anywho, let me just say, I got some stuff to do. But I'm gonna say, man, appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Again, we are on LeBron Watch. Make sure you subscribe to FTSN. So that way, when it does break and after it breaks, all the news that's going to come right after it, you can catch it here first on FTSN on East 10th Street Boys with Alex, the boy, Bobby, oh, Gringo. Appreciate you all tuning in. Alex, any final thoughts before we wrap this one up?
No, man. Thank you so much, like you just said, for tuning in, subscribing, liking our show, supporting us as this beautiful endeavor that we do. And it's just a great time, man. Off season, LeBron Watch, Panthers, Marlins. You said it. Miami's rocking, bro. And the World Cup. Enjoy those World Cup games. The finals is going to be nice, man.
Oh, I had so much to talk about with that
Messi.
Egypt,
Next time. Next show.
I cannot wait, dude. I had that, but we will wait. But that's okay. Because, yeah, Egypt got screwed. But either way, appreciate all who's tuning in. Like and subscribe. And most importantly, good night, Miami. Peace.
Buenas noches.
Bobby L. Gringo's in the house. Straight out of Hialeah, no doubt. East 10th Street, where we play out. Here we bring the Miami crowd. Alex, the boy with the D. Step into rhythm, feel the heat. Street vibes mixing with the Latin tree. In our flow, the two worlds meet.